I recently quit my job from a supermarket as a checkout operator. Not because I hated there, not because I hated the people I was working with, just because I felt like that this chapter of my life is finally coming to an end. And I want to share the 5 things that this job has taught me. I've been working at this place for past 3 years, and what I saw was a daily same routine, nothing really new. Pretty much you're repeating the same job every week, every day, and every year. And this year I finally decided to take a leap and do something that I love to. I found this job when I was in a high school, and since then this job was quite close to me. I made many friends, I met many new people, and I sort of fell in love with this. And you may think that if this job was so precious to you, then why do you decide to leave? See, the problem is, just like in life, everything has to be changed. Everything needs to go. This was my time to say goodbye to this place. And that's why I'm making this video, so that after 5 or 10 years later, when I'm working somewhere, I want to look back to it and see what I've learned and how this job has changed me. Customer are not NPCs, and I know that is like a basic fact. Like, nobody is NPC, everybody has their own life. See, when you're standing at the checkout every day you're scanning items, different people are coming by, and most of the time people start to blur out and you don't see them because you're constantly focused down there and scanning the items. Every time when you ask someone how's their day going, everybody has the story to tell. Sometime you will never know the full story. And what I've seen in this, some people has their different story to tell. Someone just got a full license, so they decided to come and buy a cake or maybe do a shopping. Someone just had a baby and they're throwing a party. And some are just there to do their shopping. Everybody has their story to tell. Everybody has their own thing going on simultaneously. And this is quite interesting. If you see from the perspective of a checkout operator, all you do is just scan items. You just see people, they come by, you just scan items and just throw them in the bag. No, but if you see this, you start to see emotion, you start to see the body language, you start to see people from a different lens. And that's where I think it actually makes you feel empathetic to each and every one, because the person who you are serving could be just another you. Some customers are polite, some are nice, and some are rude. Maybe because they are tired, maybe because they are having a bad day. Hey, everybody has a bad day. I'm not saying there's not people who are not assholes. There are people who are assholes, who are just intoxicated. They're bad people as well, but they still have their story. And that's what I think, that before you judge anyone, before you judge any person, it is okay to think that they all have different story, that no one is NPC. Every customer is not NPC. No job is too small. See, there were days I wasn't even on checkout. See, I was cleaning, I was doing trolleys, I was doing basket, I was just doing some random stuff they told me to do. After doing all those odd jobs, I came to a realization that I'm still getting paid. I'm still getting paid to do rubbish. I'm still getting paid to do some random stuff they asked me to do. And that's where it changes my perspective, that no job is too small. As a person, maybe you're judging someone by their job, their hobbies, but no job is too small in this world. So there's no point of me or us judging anybody. You should not be doing this job. This job is too small for you. This job is not fitted for you. And I think this is a bad thing. No job is too small, because a job needs to get done. There are things that need to get done. And that's why there is no small job. There's nothing you can be like, oh, I used to work at McDonald's, now I'm working as a CEO. No, you are still contributing somewhere. The job you've done as in McDonald's is no less than a job you're working as a CEO right now. Yes, there is difference between the role, there's difference between the responsibility. On a bigger scale of scheme, there's only job. There's only work. Someone has to do this job. Repetition teaches patience or breaks you. See, doing the same thing again and again and again sounds easy until you actually do it. after a while it becomes quite boring. You know how to do things, you know exactly what's going to happen today, you know exactly what to do when the product is missing, when people are complaining, when customer is very rude. You know how to handle things because you've been gone through this every day. You've gone through different department and you know exactly what's going to happen. And that's why when you're working in a place like a supermarket, it becomes natural for you to understand that everything is a repetition, everything is repeating itself. It's just going on in a cycle. And this is what you cannot do. And that's what you cannot break. And it also taught me that how hard it is to break the cycle at once. Because after a while, you get used to it. You get dependent on the cycle. After a while, you know exactly what to do. This becomes your new comfort zone. And people are unable to leave this place. I've seen my colleagues who've been working there for 17 years, 12 years, 15 years, and they're still working there. Some people just came and they're stuck there. Some people were in student visa and they just needed a job, and that's why they're stuck there. But I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I'm just saying that what exactly are you benefiting from doing this? If your sole purpose is making money, this is good, this is well and good. But if you want to improve, if you want to go beyond, this is not something you want to do. This is not something you want to achieve. And since I've seen this pattern everywhere, that repetition, after a while the job become repetitive, and that's why it get boring, and that's why you get dependent on the wage. Every week you're getting the wage, every day you're working, you're getting weekly paycheck, monthly paycheck, and you're happy. This come to me as a surprise that how easy it is to get into this trap. See, by the time you realize this repetition can make you dependent on this job, and in no time you realize that you're not a 17-year-old looking for a part-time job, but a 20-year-old final year university student. I'm saying that if you think rationally, you are gonna do work till you die, and you don't have to stick to this place. And that's why I knew it that it's time for me to move on, because if a job is all about repetition, you might as well just do what you love. Most people don't see you, and that's okay. See, a lot of customers don't look at you. They don't say hi, they don't say thanks. Not because they're rude, not because they don't like you, just because people are living inside their own head. They're worried about their rent, family. It is similar to rule number 1. See, people are playing their own theater in their own mind. They can form many beliefs, many ideologies. They may or may not be true, but they're there. Sometimes customer can believe that product will magically appear out of thin air, but in many cases, that's not true. And every time you walk into a supermarket, the best example is this, that the shelves are usually going to be full. Why? Not because of the magic. Because the people were working at the nighttime that you didn't see, that were invisible to your eyes. Because by the time you enter the shop, they already left. By the time you're going to come back again, they will be still there working at nighttime. And that's when you realize that people do not notice. People do not care. People do not care about you. They only care about their own self-beliefs, their own self-life. And it is okay. I'm not saying the people are selfish. I'm not saying this is bad. I'm saying this is how it is. Unless something happens. Let's say today you went to the supermarket early in the morning thinking that you're going to buy a peanut butter, but you came to realize that there's no peanut butter on the shelf. Why? Because some night team didn't come, and there's not at all, not a single peanut butter that is put on the shelf. You will get frustrated, because this is the only time you're going to notice that, oh, there's a night team that comes in that fell in the shelf. You're not going to be worried about this. What if the night team not show up today and I'm not getting my peanut butter tomorrow? No, because this is not your concern. This is the company's concern. And that's why I'm saying that people are living in their own head. They have their own theater that is playing in their mind. And that's why you don't have to get personal. That's why you don't have to think irrationally when you're talking to a person. And that's why you are invisible to them. The final thing that this job has taught me is change is real. See, I've seen people working there for a decade, more than a decade. People working there for 5 or 10 years. People working there for 15 to 20 years. And some are just working there to survive. Some got their job because they couldn't find a job. Some working there just to survive. Some are just there to waste their time, or just like me, to learn something. But over the period of time, I realized that in these 3 years, there are many new faces. There are many changes within the supermarket, within the people I was working with. There's so many people they left. There's so many people they just joined recently. And every time you go there, every month, every week when you go there, there's something new happening. You know, there's something new going on. Whether there's some supermarket promotion, whether there's some kind of feud, some shoplifter, and it's always happening. It's always working. It's always doing something. It's something new happening every single day. Even in a supermarket, within this automated system, something new going on. And change is one of the things that I learned in my life that is real. The people I was working with before when I joined there, they're no longer working there. They all left. They all find different jobs. Just because you're stuck at a job doesn't mean that it will last forever. Just because you're stuck at some rough time doesn't mean it's gonna last forever. Time demands change. Just like your job, it requires more skills. See, the more and more time you spend in your preferred field or a job, the more and more you are going to gain experience. And those experiences are coming from the changes that you've gone through within yourself or within your skills. And that's why change is the biggest thing that this job has taught me. I don't think I could have explained the final lesson of my video, because trust me, it was quite hard to explain. And maybe from this video you may find something useful, something that you can share to your friends, something that you can learn, hopefully. The aim of the video is this, that life is amazing. Life is amazing. And the only thing I want you to take from this video is the passion, the learning, and experience. Until then, thank you very much. You guys are amazing.